Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wednesday Words of Wisdom. Today, we're going to continue reading from great words from wise women. And today, we're reading about Gloria Steinem, and we're going to read an excerpt from a speech she gave at the Women's March at the Women's March in 2017. Here we go. Gloria Steinem, journalist and political activist. In the collective understanding of the modern women's movement in the United States, perhaps no figure looms larger than Gloria Steinem. In the 1960s, she penned several high-profile feature articles, including one in which she went undercover as a Playboy bunny, examining the state of women in America, before co-founding Ms. Magazine in 1971. That same year, she spoke to members of the National Women's Political Caucus, which she helped launch, in an address to the women of America. This is no simple reform. It really is a revolution, she said. On January 21st, 2017, at the Women's March in Washington, D.C., she drew on her long history of activism in a speech delivered to some 500,000 people, many of them wearing pink pussy hats. She gave credit to her co-chairs, including Dolores Huerta and LaDonna Harris, the golden oldies, right? And praised the event, which took place the day after President Trump's inauguration, as a women-led inclusive march. I've been thinking about the uses of a long life, and one of them is you remember when things were worse, she said, recalling the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. Then she turned her attention to the future. Trump and his handlers have found a fox for every chicken coop in Washington, and a Twitter finger must not become a trigger finger. At the inauguration, Trump said he was with the people. Indeed, he was the people, she recalled. To paraphrase a famous quote, I just have to say, I have met the people, and you are not them. We are the people. Okay, here is part of her speech from 2017. Just this march in Washington today required 1,000 more buses than the entire inauguration. 1,000 more buses. And I was just talking with people from our many sister marches, including the one in Berlin, and they asked me to send a special message. We in Berlin know that walls don't work. And remember Poland, where last month the government passed an anti-abortion law, and 6 million women turned out in the streets, and they had to change it. We are the people. We have people power, and we will use it. All the power that you tried to eliminate. For instance, you tried to eliminate the Congressional Ethics Committee. You had to reinstate it, right? Because of people power. Because this is the other side of the downside. This is an outpouring of energy and true democracy like I have never seen in my very long life. It is wide in age. It is deep in diversity. And remember, the Constitution does not begin with I, the President. It begins with we, the people. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a second because in my last Wednesday Words of Wisdom video, which I just filmed, I talked about how I don't know why there is war, there is conflict, why we are faced with such tragedy and hardship. And I guess this is why. It's to force people to come together, to counteract that. And of course, I'm going to bring in astrology. Just like we have Mars, the planet of war, we also have Venus, the planet of love and connection. Whereas Mars is like separation. And one cannot exist without the other, you know? And there's a constant like flow between the two. Think Rava and Vatu from the Legend of Korra. I'm not the biggest fan of the Rava and Vatu like storyline or whatever, but I do like the idea that like there are these opposing forces in nature that are inevitable, and they're always going to exist, and we just have to live with it. And like it sort of ties into like the yin and the yang. Like there is opposing energy in its opposite, and we don't need to try to get rid of things we may perceive as like bad or negative. We just need to amplify and engage the things we love, I guess. And through doing that, we can, you know, overcome darkness, potentially. Yeah, like, these shocking, sharp struggles exist to bring people together. So let's continue. So don't try to divide us. Do not try to divide us. If you force Muslims to register, we will all register as Muslims. I know that there are women here from corporations and media and all kinds of places that make it feel kind of risky for you to say what you care about, what you feel, and what you support. And there are women here, I know, who have survived a national and global sex industry that profiteers from body invasion. We are united here for bodily integrity. Sorry about that. Let me continue. We are united here for bodily integrity. If you cannot control your body from the skin in, you cannot control it from the skin out. You cannot control your lives, our lives. And that means that the right to decide whether and when to give birth without government interference. We are here and around the world for a deep democracy that says we will not be quiet, we will not be controlled, we will not work for a world in which we will work for a world in which all countries are connected. God may be in the details, but the goddess is in connections. Interesting. Very interesting, actually, because I was just talking about astrology, Mars and Venus, and, you know, God being the masculine, goddess being the feminine. Details are isolated things. They are one things, like one aspect of something. And that's very Mars. And Mars is a god, you know, the god of war, whereas Venus is the goddess of love. And so God is in the detail, but goddess is in connection. And I feel like that can also apply to the sun and the moon. Because like the moon in astrology is often referred to as the goddess. And that's just really beautiful. Okay, let's continue. We are at one with each other. We are looking at each other, not up. No more asking daddy. We are linked. We are not ranked. And this is a day that will change us forever because we are together. Each of us, individually and collectively, will never be the same again. When we elect a possible president, we too often go home. We've elected an impossible president. We're never going home. We're staying together, and we're taking over. Wow. Yeah, we're taking over. We need to. And I think it's inevitable, you know? I think things are reaching. Sorry about this noise. Are you hearing it? I hope not. The window is open, and I think I'm actually not entirely sure what the neighbor is doing. Hopefully it's not too distracting. What was I saying? It's a little distracting. Yes, okay. I think we're reaching a breaking point, and I've been saying this, and I've been feeling it for a while, like, and things kind of feel, like, I was talking to my sister the other day, and she kind of said she feels a little like a zombie, like she's just living her life, but not really. It's like living her, you know? And I feel like that's sort of like a trauma response to, to the crazy state of the world. But I think we need to come together in that feeling. Like, we all feel fucking crazy. I mean, maybe not all of us, but I certainly do. So if you feel fucking crazy right now with everything and everyone and every aspect of everything, just know you're not alone, and we are in this together, even though I'm literally alone right now in my room. But not if you're watching this video, because now we're together. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, spending this time with me, reading these great words from wise women. I'll be back in about a week, in about 5 minutes for me, with, let's see, I guess a passage from Victoria Woodhull, Social Reformer. Stay tuned. It's my favorite new thing to say. Stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned. Because you tune your YouTube channel. Or you tune your YouTube app? Website? Who knows? Where are you watching from? Let me know. Let me know in the comments down below where you're watching from. Okay, bye.